So for the sake of your unborn children, walk away from every toxic relationship. Tell yourself 2025, the remaining half of 2025, this relationship that is bad, I am ending it. I don't care how it hurts me. I am going to walk away because I no longer live in a scarcity mindset. He is not the only man on earth. Tell yourself that. He is not the only man on earth. There is one man out there who would align with you in every aspect of your life. And when you get that man right, you'll be happier that you did not settle for less. Happy New Month. So I'm getting ready to go exercise today. I'm not going to the gym because I have to trek down to the place. I have to leave my house, and I don't like to leave my house, especially when it's not for money. If I'm not going out to make money, then I'd rather stay indoors. So anyways, happy new month, guys. It is the last lap of the first half of the year 2025. And I want to say that you are enough. You are enough. Listen, as a woman, if you think that you're not getting the results that you want or that you envisage in your relationships, then maybe you have to look inwards and check if you're the problem. And this is not me giving excuses for toxic behaviors from your partners, all right? Because it is their fault. It's not your fault. If a man is toxic, if a man is emotionally unavailable, if a man does this hot and cold behavior, it is not you. It's not about you. It's about them. But then again, if you allow it, it's because you have an issue that you've not traced, and you've got to trace that issue. You've got to trace where that trauma is coming from that makes you want to accommodate men who are emotionally unavailable. It could be abandonment attachment style. That's why one of my episodes, I talked about you knowing your attachment style, because if you understand what makes you get attracted to certain people, or what makes you get attached to a certain person and you find it difficult to leave, or what makes you pull away, what makes you sabotage relationships, then you will understand a certain type of attachment style that you have, and you will be able to deal with that. All right. So 2025 is almost coming to an end. Like, the time really flies really fast. When did we get into 2025? It was just yesterday, and today it is what now? June, 1st of June. My goodness, honestly, we have to really be intentional in the next half of this year. Because if we don't, we'll end this year just like we ended last year in our relationships, maybe in our businesses, or maybe in our career, or maybe in our education. So in your relationship, I need you to know that if you're in a bad relationship, or if you're pining for someone who is not putting efforts, who does not see you as an equal, sees you less, then you need to think if you have a scarcity mindset, especially if you're still in that relationship, or especially if you're sitting and waiting for a person to change, then apparently it means that you have a scarcity mindset. Any woman who sits and thinks to herself that, oh, I can't afford to start afresh, or I can't afford to leave this relationship because the angel that you know, the devil that you know is better than the angel that you don't know. My darling, you're living in a scarcity mindset and you have to break out of it. If not, it will be the death of you. Scarcity mindset is a mindset where you think that men are scarce or women are scarce. So the one that you have to hold it tight, because when you let it go, you don't know when next you're going to find another person, or if there is anyone out there for you. There are billions of people out there. It will surprise you. It will surprise you. You're only limited to your surrounding. You're only limited to what your mind can comprehend. Go out there and you'll see billions of people who have mindsets that will blow your mind. You're only limited to the kind of person that you are with. And that's why it's very essential as humans, we're social beings. That's why it's very essential for you to go out and socialize. Because when you socialize, you will tend to see that what you have, especially if they're a douchebag, cannot be compared to what you found out there or what's out there. If you don't socialize, if you don't go out, if you don't meet with people, you will never know that you've been living in a toxic relationship. You would never know that you've been living below or beneath your worth. Most women are in relationships that have made them, feel less of themselves without them even realizing. Every day your worth is being shredded because you're with a person who drains you, who does not fuel you up. If you're in a relationship and your partner is not fueling you up, especially if you're not married to them, if they're not fueling you up mentally, spiritually, and otherwise, then you know that you ought to leave that relationship, because every relationship should take you to the next level. Every relationship should make you feel better. Every relationship should make you look better. Every relationship should upgrade you mentally, career-wise. If you're with a partner that you know that you can't even speak about your career with, and they can give you solid advice, then you're in a deep shit. Because both of you are supposed to complement each other in such a way that you grow in every aspect of your life. So if you're not growing in your career, if you're not growing in your spiritual life, if you're not growing in your physical life, if you're not growing mentally, and you see that your partner is not helping out, you're drained in every aspect, in every area of your life, then you know that's not the sort of relationship that you should be in. So I encourage you in this month, sit down, go back to the drawing board and look at yourself, look at your relationship. Has your life changed? Have you improved from the time that you met this person to now? Can you compare the growth? Were you far off better when you were single without this person? Or are you better with them? Have they made an impact in your life? Because if they've not made an impact in your life, then you know that this is not the right route for you to take. And if you're blind to it, you will pay for it at the end of the day. Your children will pay for it. Because if you marry a messed up man, he's going to mess up your life and mess up the lives of your kids. I don't care how old you are. You need to be very intentional about the man that you marry. You need to be wide-eyed open before you make that yes decision with anyone. I'm not even talking about marriage. I'm talking about a person that you date, because we're not out here trying to waste our time with no person. So if from the onset he's not communicating with you, if from the onset he says things that spills red flag, because listen, they always show their true selves from the things that he says. That's why you do not close your ears to the things that people say to you. Listen. Don't take their jokes for jokes, especially if they say something stupid about their past relationships. Open your ears, open your eyes. How does he treat other people out there aside you? If he is rude to people out there or one person out there, just know that he's going to be rude. If he cannot control his emotion, especially when he's being pushed, then you know that he will not be able to control his emotion when you do certain things or when you push him to the edge. You've got to realize that you deserve a man who is emotionally stable, emotionally intelligent. These are the things that causes relationship to either break or grow. Because if two imperfect partners have found themselves individually, have dealt with their traumas, maybe by talking to a therapist, and they're wholesome enough, they find themselves, that relationship would blossom. Because you know what? They understand their triggers and they know best. They know how best to handle each other in such a way that no one is triggered. Boundaries are respected. You know, the love is honored. Respect is the trademark of that relationship. Trust has been built over time. So trace your past relationships or look at the relationship that you're currently in right now. Do you feel good about it? Do you think this is a person that you want to get married to? And I'm not saying in terms of, oh, how you feel, because listen, love is not about feelings. Love is about action. Love is a verb. It's an action word. So if what you feel is not triggered by the things, the positive things that they have done or they're doing for you, but it's ignited by the physical touch or what they do to you in the bedroom, then you know that you have soul ties with this person. And it's not a bond built out of true love, because true love will nourish you. True love will make you feel better than you ever thought you would ever feel. The actions you get from true love is undeniable. And to this end, I need you to know that love is not blind, can never be blind. If it is not working, don't give excuses for it. Don't stay, don't linger on. Don't think you could ever change anyone. No one can be changed. No one can be changed. A man or a woman decides to change because they want to actually change, not just for you, but for themselves. Knowing that when they change for themselves, they will be the right partner that you deserve to have. But if you have to instigate, if you have to push them to change and they try to change, they're only pretending. So in this month, I need you to start living in an abundance mindset where you know that if things are not working out for you, you can walk away and you're not afraid that you wouldn't find someone better. Because honey, there are people out there who are better. Honey, there are people out there who have the same mindset as yours. There are people out there whose moral compasses are as high as yours. Your standards are not too high, especially if they're realistic and mature. Your standards are not high. So don't you ever fall short of your standards because you have a scarcity mindset. That will be the end of you. Trust me on it. No scarcity mindset in June 2025 moving forward. And always affirm the things that you want to see. Always confess the things that you want to see. Power lies in your tongue. Life and death lies in your tongue. Speak. What sort of relationship do you want? Speak it. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. When you close your mouth and you're not speaking the things that you want to see, you wouldn't have them. All right. So go out there. I want a man who loves God. I want a man who is emotionally healed. I want a man who is healed from his traumas. I want a man who is intelligent, a man that I can look up to, a man who would encourage me, a man who is abundant in his mindset, in his business, in his career. He is flowing in abundance. And watch God bring that man to you. All right? Don't be scared to walk away from toxic relationships. If he hits you once, he's definitely going to hit you again. Don't fall for his presence. Don't fall for his apology. If he abuses you emotionally, he's going to do that again, honey. He will do that again. When he speaks once, make sure that you're listening attentively twice. Because you can find the lies, you can find the deceit, you can find the toxicity, you can find the domestic violence attitude, you can find the harassment, you can find the darkness of a person from the things they say. People never hide themselves. You can never pretend for too long. And as a matter of fact, research has it that the highest that you can pretend is for 3 months, or give or take 1 year if you're so good at it. But in between those months, or in between that year, you would have found who they truly are from the things that they say. Because, mommy, you can never hide the wolf for too long in sheep clothing. Never. And oftentimes we get into worse situations in our relationship because we blinded our eyes from seeing the red flags. When you keep blindfolding your eyes over the small, small lies, the small, small deceits, the small, small things that he does that are so negative, listen, you will fall into the deepest, darkest, horrendous side of your relationship in years to come. And if you make that mistake of bringing children into that relationship, those children will hate you for making the mistakes that you've made. So now that you have the power, the impetus, now that it is early enough for you to walk away not because it doesn't hurt you. It hurts you real bad, but you're walking away for your unborn children because you don't want them to grow in a messed up environment, in an environment where two parents are not having the best time of their lives, but just cohabiting for the sake of the children and damaging the state of those children's minds because of the things that they say to each other or do to each other. Whatever you do, your actions, whatever you do, whatever you say in the presence of the children, no matter how you want to pretend, kids are smart. They would definitely feel it. They would definitely feel it. And they will hate you for it because you've caused them childhood trauma that they shouldn't have any business having. And so you find out that these kids will grow up dealing with it silently or talking to a therapist. You don't want to have that happening to your children. So for the sake of your unborn children, walk away from every toxic relationship. Tell yourself 2025, the remaining half of 2025, this relationship that is bad, I am ending it. I don't care how it hurts me. I am going to walk away because I no longer live in a scarcity mindset. He is not the only man on earth. Tell yourself that. He is not the only man on earth. Out of billions of men out there, regardless of how divided they are, regardless of how the number has been split by men attracted to men, and women attracted to women, and women attracted to men, regardless of how this population has been split, there is one man out there who would align with you in every aspect of your life. And when you get that man right, you'll be happier that you did not settle for less. Thank you so much for watching. This is where I ended. I hope this message has reached the right person. And so I speak life into your situation, and I speak life into your heart. May God give you the courage to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. All right then. Until I come your way, when I come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you guys.